It is a Tuesday morning. Just finished a long weekend here in Sydney. For those of you guys, you probably heard the term long weekend all over the world, basically where everything's shut particular days. In this particular instance, it's for religious observations of the Catholic faith. Not a religious person, but if they're going to give me the day off, I'm going to take it. So today I wanted to talk about an interesting topic. What up, Underdog? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? By the way, you know what time it is, Underdog? It's time for a smoothie. That's what time it is. So yeah, you guys may have noticed I've been away. I haven't been on the air for the last few days. Now the reason for that is because I was home with my family. I didn't let you know in advance because I didn't even think about this too much. But once I got home, I realized that if I'm in the backyard, my sister's bedroom is right off the backyard and she often has the window open so she can hear what I'm saying. And if I'm in the front yard, then the front screen door is open so she can hear what I'm saying. And if I'm in the bedroom, she can hear what I'm saying because, you know, she's kind of everywhere. You know, it's a fairly small house, as is everyone else. And her and I have extremely different views. She's been to an arts college for the better part of half a decade, by my recollection now. She's done a lot of studying, and obviously when you get someone who goes to like Hillsong Church plus arts college, especially in like teaching and musical disciplines, it tends to get a little bit of an echo chamber. A little bit of an echo chamber going on in there. And my dad was talking about something. My dad's starting to become slightly more red-pilled. He's realizing that the mainstream media is heavily left-wing, heavily feminist. Whether you're political or not doesn't matter, but I think it's important to understand where these bodies that govern what we get taught on a mass basis lean and what they're really all about and what they're up to. So my dad was chatting about that, and you know, it came up that, and I thought I'll throw this in here, and I mentioned about a Florida man who basically disappeared. Like, he literally, because he was an avid paddleboarder or like kayaker, and he just one day he owed about close to 600,000 US, close to 600,000 US. He owed that in child support, so he literally, and he didn't have the money to pay it. Underdog knows what I'm talking about. Smash that thumbs up, guys. And he literally got on his kayak / paddleboard and just paddled off and fucked off. Just went totally off grid, disappeared. Nobody knows where he went. Nobody knows conclusively with provable fact where he's disappeared to. But if he doesn't exist, then how can you chase him for money, right? And if he doesn't exist, how can you chase him for money that he doesn't have, right? Because this guy was a commercial real estate agent. Now, you can imagine if you're a commercial real estate agent, you're making a fair bit of money. And if you're making a fair bit of money, then the people you're likely to attract in terms of women are typically more focused on certain attributes that you might have that appeal to them. And if that's the type of person you're attracting, and then you then marry that type of person and you then have a child with that type of person, it's reasonable to assume, or I guess propose, that that partner would not necessarily want to give up a certain type of lifestyle in the instance of a separation, which she's 70 to 80% likely to opt for. And when I say opt for, she's 70 to 80% likely to opt for, I'm referring to a separation, because we know that the vast majority of divorces are initiated by women. That's not an attack on women, it's just a cold, hard statistical fact. So you've got this guy as a commercial real estate agent, right? He had a ton of cash. He had a baby with a gold digger. The gold digger is now chasing him for almost $600,000 in child support. She's sinking her teeth in because she wants that money. She doesn't see the cash flow. She doesn't understand that just because he had a shit ton of money when they were together, that he has a shit ton of money when they're not together. Because a lot of these people that are after this child support and alimony payments, they don't get, right? That they were probably living just above, like, they're either deeply in debt and he's busting his ass to pay it off. All she sees is the things that he's in debt for. She doesn't see the debt behind it. She sees the house, she sees the car, she sees the holidays, right? She doesn't see the loans, she doesn't see the mortgages. And then when she separates, she doesn't care about the loans and the mortgages, but she still cares about the cars and the house and the holidays. See where I'm going with this, guys? And this is why I say it's so important if you're ever dating someone and they say that, it's your job to be responsible for your family. It's your job to make sure that the mortgage is paid and that your kids are looked after. Oh, you mean it's your job to pay money to me to look after the kids? Okay, yeah, that sounds a bit more realistic, because that's really how it is. Let's be honest. Smash that thumbs up if you haven't already. And I've got a bunch of red pills that I've actually had over the weekend that I'm going to share with you guys over the next few days, and it was pretty mind-blowing, as a matter of fact. And yeah, when I started reading that story about the Florida guy that actually bailed and paddled off. Now, what was crazy is that exactly, MGTOW Kushite, fight or flight does apply to economic situations as well. And what was absolutely nuts is that I started reading this story at the dinner table, right? Because no one else was talking about anything else. So I was like, let's have a discussion around this. Anyway, I got about halfway through. My sister's like, no, I don't want to talk about this, just really negative. Just like had a bit of a spaz out, because it's so strongly contrasted with what she's been taught at these liberal arts colleges and all of her friends in her echo chamber believe. I contrast so strongly with that she's obviously, it's way outside of her comfort zone. This is why I can't talk about these things. She thinks I hate women. I don't. She's got no clue what I'm all about. She doesn't know me. She's the polar opposite to me. How could she understand me? And every time that I talk about anything like this, she has a massive fucking spaz attack. There's no way I could do this video in the house with her in it without you hearing someone in the background, interrupting. Kind of like college protesters interrupt Jordan B. Peterson speeches, but she's a little less mental than that, right? Because she's not mental, she just, has very different views to me, and views that are misguided, and views that are not rooted in truth, right? Because when feelings matter more to you than truth, then you're only going to serve your feelings, you're not going to serve your truth. Man, this is a good smoothie. Tropical fruit smoothie, that's the shit. So, and I got thinking about family, right? Because, shit, man, love my sister, although I strongly disagree with her. But I also kind of wish that I had a brother, right? Because I never really had that. But I thought, well, what if I had a brother that had the same views as my sister? Would that really be what I would consider to be a brother? It's like, well, technically still my brother, but, don't really have anything in common with you if that's the case. And I was like, well, there's other people that I would, like one of my mates, I called him my brother. I called him my brother all the time. I was like, you're my brother, thank you. Because he was the one that put me up for a month after, all of my old friends kicked me out of my house when I separated from my ex-wife. He was the one that argued with his family over me to keep a roof over my head at no cost to me and have me fed. Right? He was the one, when I needed anything, he dropped everything and came to me. And I thought, well, my first thought was, well, I guess I can choose my family. But then I realized that the guys who were mates of mine before my marriage split up, I consider them family too, but they bailed on me. And then I realized something really intense and kind of an interesting concept, but I actually think it's a very, very sensible concept. I'd like to broach it with you guys. This concept was that you can't choose your family, but your family can choose you. If you think about it, it's a very poignant statement. Exactly, Mad Shang. You find out who your real friends are when you're at your lowest. And those are the ones that choose you as their family. They're not the ones you chose as family. You know, because there's sometimes going to be people that are there for you when you don't even want them to be there for you, because you're so low, right? Because you're so fucking down on yourself that you don't even care about yourself anymore, that you want everyone to leave you alone because you don't think you deserve love, care, and compassion. But those people still stick by your side, right? So you don't get to choose those people. They choose you. They say that about pets as well. Like, you know, pets choose their owners, not the other way around. And I think that's so true. It's exactly the same with friends. Exactly the same with family. And that's just some real talk. And you know, I know you guys, the fact that you guys subscribe to me and the fact that you guys tune in every day, you know, means that you agree with a lot of what I say. You might not agree with everything that I say, and that's cool. But I know that you agree with a lot of what I say, because I'm not afraid to speak the truth about a lot of things. And you know, I feel like I've become a lot more mellow recently, but I'll still speak about what I believe in. And that's that you should never, ever, ever, ever date anyone who expects you to pay for everything. Even if you're happy to pay for it, don't do it. You are setting the scene, you are setting the standard, and you are setting the tone for the remainder of your existence, especially if you have kids. Because if you choose to leave her, if she chooses to leave you, right? The government says, Tyrone says, you can't do that. You can't just opt out. You don't get to just turn around and choose to leave, right? It's not your prerogative. It's my prerogative. And I say that you can walk away, but your wallet stays with me. Your bank account stays with me. And your assets stay with me. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go deep inside your ex-wife. And I'm gonna give all of that to her. All the stuff that you worked hard for. I can't tell you the amount of comments, the amount of emails, the amount of messages that I receive telling me about how they got fucked, about how Tyrone took everything from them and gave it to the ex-wife or the ex-partner. How Tyrone wouldn't actually let them see their kids while he was forcing them through the strong arm of the law to pay for everything. You see, this is what Tyrone doesn't realize or care about, if I'm being honest. He doesn't care, has no interest in it, has no interest in men dying, has no interest in men killing themselves or abandoning everything they've ever worked for so hard their entire lives. He doesn't care, as long as he doesn't have to pay for Stacy. As long as Tyrone doesn't have to pay for Stacy and then poor cuckboy Robert or Bradley, you know, sorry if any of you guys are named Robert or Bradley, but it is a very traditional name, and that was the purpose behind which I selected those names, because traditional names are typically given to kids in traditional families. And when you're raised in a traditional family, you're more likely to have traditional points of view. If you have a traditional point of view, you're more likely to pay for everything and get married and sacrifice everything that you deserve, everything that you worked hard for others, right? And put yourself to the side. you know, look, guys, you can't choose your friends, you can't choose your family. This is my personal opinion and my personal opinion only. But I think that I've pretty much got this nutted out. But they choose you, right? Either you get allocated them when you get born or when they're born because, you know, it's the same bloodline. You can't choose your bloodline. But you can opt out of, you know, communicating as part of the bloodline. I know people who don't speak to their family, don't speak to their mother or their father, or, you know, there's other things going on. So yeah, that's all I got to say on the matter. But it's just so important, guys, that you actually realize who really has your back when others don't. Even if you wish that those people were, like, even if you want something that's maybe someone that's maybe like a little cooler, or a little more together, or a little more chill, you can't buy unconditional friendship. You can't buy unconditional love. Right? You can buy a relationship by putting enough money out there to make someone want to stay, as long as the money's there, or as long as they can, or until they can take that money from you. You can buy marriage. You can buy girlfriends. You can buy escorts. You can buy all of these things. Right? I'm gonna pull over for a second, guys, because I want to check out some of these comments. Hang on, I'm not allowed to do it here. And you know, I did catch a quick glimpse that, you know, a couple of you guys chatting about things. Look, at the end of the day, you know, I've had people that in this MGTOW community, you know, espouse views that disagree with mine, but that doesn't mean that I have any beef with them. You know, anyone can even go around making videos about me or saying whatever they want. I don't care. I couldn't care less. You know, I've actually stopped any conflict, any videos talking about you know, other people going against other people. I've just tuned out of it, regardless of who does them, because I'm not interested in that. I have no interest whatsoever in conflict. What I am interested in is bringing a positive message. What I am interested in is keeping you guys safe. What I am interested in is going my own way and, you know, looking after my best interest first. You know, sometimes look after you guys even more than look after myself, and that's cool. It's my choice. I choose to do that. I want to do that, and that's something that gives me happiness and satisfaction, by making sure that you guys are educated on the red flags to look out for, so that you don't find yourself 20, 30 years down the track with a knife to your throat or a rope around your neck hanging from the roof of a garage, like the tenant of my investment property that I have. Mind you, I've got no equity in it, but, you know, my name's on the title, even though I owe pretty much the whole lot. But yeah, my tenant in the investment property ended up hanging by his neck from the roof of the garage of my investment property, because he's been alienated for the last couple of years from his daughter, who was only 3 months old. And the poor guy is an ex-firefighter with PTSD. And then this happens on top of it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys are aware of what I'm trying to say here, and aware of these attributes. It's really important to me that you guys are safe. Kenshiro, exactly. You know, he said bet his baby mama wanted him to see him kill himself. And here's the most fucked up thing, Ken, right? Here's the most fucked up thing. Aware Rabbit, I haven't blocked anyone, man. Here's the most fucked up thing. And guys, if you're not getting notifications of my videos, try restarting your phone. Make sure the bell next to the subscribe button is checked, because YouTube does it sometimes. But yeah, so Ken, the messed up thing was, as soon as they actually discovered him hanging, right, what actually happened. The roof broke, and he fell. So he wasn't successful in his suicide attempt. But you know, he got taken to hospital and whatnot. And guess who they called? Guess who they called to come and see the guy, right? They didn't call his mother and father. They called his ex-fucking wife. The very person who made him want to kill himself to begin with. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Sorry guys, just need to get me some sustenance right now. So Ken says, I can imagine actually being through with my baby mama through domestic violence court, child custody court, and came out with not a penny owed. For my man Ken, good boy. You played it smart, I see. Strategy is very important, guys. Really is. Yeah. And you know, Matt Shengi's saying he lived with his dad, and sorry I can't catch all your comments, guys, but Matt Shengi's saying he lived with his dad, but yet whenever the school needed to contact anyone, they would always contact the mother, even though he lived with his father and not his mother. This is how ridiculous it is. They automatically assume that the mother's the best caretaker. We know this is not always the case at all. Nothing could be further from the truth. What up, Marcel? I'm gonna pull over in a second, guys, and read some of these comments. And you know, wherever there's negative comments, guys, don't even worry about it. Just leave it. It's not worth getting frustrated over. As I said, I don't care what people say about me, so it's irrelevant. And here we go. What do we got here? Thanks for smashing that thumbs up, guys. To those of you who haven't already, smash that thumbs up. Gonna have a quick flick through. Man, you guys are on fire with the comments. What's going on, Omega? Chieftain, Xiaomi, Underdog, appreciate you guys. FS Solcero, Boski, Ricardo, NYC, Barbecue Kettle Chips, JG. I'm doing what I'm doing for coin. I'm working in a warehouse. It's shitty pay. It's borderline going backwards, but it is paying the bills for now. So looking forward to getting something a little bit better. What's going on, Luke Chase, Boots? Xiaomi says one of my mates pays $30K a month for child support and alimony. That's $7,500 a fucking week. Nobody needs that much. Insane. Stravensine says, I can't blame a guy for despairing after a child support award. Exactly, guys. A lot of what is actually happening, I've talked about in this video, is explained by Stand Up Men's ebook. If you want to check that out, it's $10 with a money back guarantee. If you don't like it, if it doesn't resonate with you, go check it out in the comments. Well worth it. MGTOW Poetry says, me and my baby mama share joint custody, physical and legal, split down the middle, 50-50. Exactly. And he still has to pay child support. Exactly. What a joke. Probably because she doesn't work, so she earns less, and she knows that she gets more from you if she works less. So why would she work more? Luke says, on top of that, chicks in our land whales, a lot of them are getting that way. It's pretty bad. Aware Rabbit, what's going on? MGTOWski, appreciate you. MGTOW Kushite. The idea of using a paddle boat is something that means it was a last resort. I'm dying right now reading it. Exactly. FSL Zero, hopefully the paddleboarder dude does not inspire too many Aussie men to do the same. Aussie men have plenty of access to paddleboards and bodies of water and empowered women. Exactly. Ricardo says, in my country, a man missed 10 cents in the child support bank deposit. Once the recipient woman realized the missing cents, she filed for a judge order to incarcerate the poor man. What the actual fuck? 10 cents off and you're chasing to have the ex-partner jailed, you fucking bitch. This is what goes on. You find out who your real friends are when you're at your lowest. Exactly what's going on, Brizzy Boy, Mad Shengi. You want to learn who your friends are? Have a crisis. Exactly, Heffa Salcero. MGTOW Kushite says they take away your license if you miss a child support payment. It resulted in one of my friends to walk 7 miles to work only because that's as close as the bus system would get. Holy shit. Unbelievable. Most of the people you figure would die for you, turns out they wouldn't. Exactly right. Trainwreck says I only trust myself and very little faith in other people. Exactly, agree with you. Damn Tyrone. Jorge, what's going on, brother? Good morning to you as well. Guys, no need to argue in the comments section. Boots says I don't care what other people think of me because they're valid. Because I don't, their validation of the kind of person I am, family included. That's why I'm more willing to say things as they are. Exactly, Boots. Only reason I don't say more when I'm around the family is because of the fuss that gets kicked up, and I figured it's only 2 days. I don't need to be in that negative energy for all that time, so that's why I was offline for a few days, guys. What do we got here? Anyway, guys. Nadia's News Network, welcome. Just flicking through here. Oh my fucking god. Brizzy Boy, holy shit. I'm sorry to hear that, Brizzy Boy. Makes me want to cry, honestly. Unbelievable. Anyway, everyone in the system puts priority to the females. I plotted 2 to 3 years for her eventual conviction by armed police. I played it cool for 2 to 3 years when the crazy females try to push you in a corner. Mad Shangy, she's my mother and all, but I wouldn't trust her to take care of my dog. Exactly. Appreciate you, Nadia. Thank you so much. Sayomi says my mother abandoned me when I was 6 years old. Women are not always the best caretakers. Exactly. Yeah, look, exactly. Mad Shengi says Sydney and I had our arguments before the sex doll issue, but we're good now. And that's right, Mad Shengi and I did have disagreements, but I just put out my my point of view respectfully and in a balanced way, and you know, we're good now. Whatever might work says, what's going on? Whatever might work. Since our wife took our son out of our state for a little visit, Children's Protective Services investigated her 9 times. I haven't seen them in 1.5 years, but all the problems are because I'm abusive. Yeah, fucking bullshit. She just doesn't want to have to do anything that she doesn't want to do, right? Because that's the preference. Nadia says I was made a ward of the state at once since I was underfed by my mum. Holy shit, Nadia, that's fucked. Women make men out to be abusive so they can run away with children. Exactly. Rambunctious MGTOW says, does Australia have a problem with female pedophiles in public school? I'd say it's going on real quick. Sayomi says, yeah, my mother was even taking drugs while pregnant with me. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Wow. When women have a crisis, the support rolls in. When men have a crisis, they're usually on their own. And that's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's exactly what the deal is. Whole history is, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna finish this, guys, on what Ken Shiro Ryu says. All right, and thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate you guys. Share this on Facebook Messenger, on WhatsApp, online, on whatever method of communication you have to share this with people that you think this message would resonate with. It's very important that we educate other men on this topic. Ken says, men need to learn to abandon their emotions when dealing with females, become invincible to everything she does or says to you, and tone it out and never ever care about them again. Because if they're toying with your emotions, right? If they're actually using that to damage and hurt you, then you know, that's basically going to set the tone for everything, really. So guys, I'm just going to do a quick little blast here onto the motorway. I love doing that. Anyway, guys, I want to let you guys know that this year, December 8th to 12th, I'm actually off to New Zealand in June. I'm using I paid $1 for my trip. I'm using my frequent flyers points to head over there for 4 days. Still, the job I'm paying in that moment would not facilitate a trip, even for $500 airfare, because I simply couldn't afford it. But, it's nice that I've actually built up all these points from all those blue pill expenses that I've incurred over the years. All those blue pill expenses that I've incurred over the years have come to something positive, which means I get a trip away. And there is also I'll be heading off to the MGTOW Global Summit in December this year. We'll definitely be letting you guys know. I'll be doing some live streaming from over there. I'll be heavily involved. When I say heavily involved, I mean not going to be one of the people actually running it, but I'll be very active in making sure that I do anything I can to help boost knowledge, to spread the word, to keep people educated. Nadia, look, it's not really something you can book tickets for typically. I've never been, so I don't know the full drill about it. All I know is that I'm going. Whatever has to happen, I'll make it happen. So guys, I'm going to bounce for now. I appreciate you all tuning in. Again, I'm sorry I wasn't there over the weekend, but I've expressed my reasons. I'm very much looking forward to seeing all you guys again very, 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 very soon, aka either tonight Sydney time or tomorrow morning. And I'm looking forward to chatting with you all again. This is my favorite part of the day. So, alright guys, check me out on my other platforms. Check out Stand Up Men's ebook. It is absolute gold, and the words could never be truer. I've actually helped a little bit with the collaboration on that book, but it's over a decade of observations and notes packed into that 45 pages of absolute golden female psychology knowledge. Appreciate you guys. Donate if you wish to. Check out Stand Up Men's ebook if you wish to. Follow me on my other platforms if you wish to. I look forward to chatting with all you guys soon. And until then, I'm going to finish my smoothie. What's going on, PM Barrett? I'm going to finish my smoothie. I'm going to get to work. I'm going to have a little power nap in the car before I start making shit happen, making the dollars. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.